Well, good evening, guys. It's Matt back with you with another video with an update on how I'm doing, and hopefully you're all doing well as well. Today was kind of a big day for me. I did a small walk in our cul-de-sac, and then I ended up watering some plants out front and out back. We helped my stepdad cook some on the grill for dinner tonight. We had some baked potatoes and hamburgers along with other side dishes. I ended up spraying out the bed of the truck and cleaning it out, and then cleaning up the mess I made in the driveway because it had a bunch of mulch in it, and just threw that mulch right back into the garden. So we've had a pretty productive day. Done about 2,000 steps, which is a little low from the last few days, but I was still out active. Picked a few strawberries from the garden. There's still a few coming in, but they're starting to dwindle off, and next thing they'll be coming in probably within the next couple of weeks, I'd say maybe even 3 weeks, will be the blackberries. And they're starting to already bud up on the vines and starting to look really good. Went to the doctor on Friday after having my CT and found out from my doctor that the CT came back good, and so he was able to pull the drain he had in as well as the drain that another doctor had in. After talking to the other doctor said, sure, go ahead and pull it. That area that the other doctor's drain was in the butt area, and it's still seeping a little bit, but I'm changing the gauze once a day or more depending on how bad it seeps. But I'm noticing the more that I'm starting to put in, I'm wearing myself out a lot, but the more I'm putting in and trying to walk and at least do stuff around the house, the better I'm starting to feel. I kind of overdid it a little bit today and ended up having to take one of my oxys this evening. But I haven't taken an oxy, for probably 3 weeks now. So to have to take one tonight, I'm saying that's pretty good. So what do you guys think? I mean, I do take my rapid release Tylenol at least once a day, almost every day. But my thing is I'd rather take the rapid release Tylenol than to mess with the oxy. The oxy's there only if the rapid release can't control it. And today, with a lot of things of what I did, I finally ended up having to take an oxy this evening. And I think it's just because I overdid it a little too much. But I mean, I need to overdo it, so the more I overdo it, the stronger I'll get. At least that's what I feel. So I just gotta be cautious on how far I overdo it, because if I overdo it too much, then the next day I'm drained hardcore to where I just won't do anything but lay around. So, and I still am having those days that I get drained. On a plus note, for those that know me personally, that are watching the video, my ostomy bag is going through day 4 without leaking. So I'm very excited about that. I've also found a way to somewhat sleep on my stomach, and I just had a thought. It's called a waffle pillow, is what it's called, and I used that back when I had all the drains that I had that were in my butt area to set on. But I happened to be watching another YouTube video, believe it or not, and the female was talking about using it to set on and stuff, and she said because she kept splitting her incision open from where they sewed her butt shut. So, yeah. I decided, well, I wonder if I could take that waffle pillow, put it on the opposite side of where my bag is and my ostomy is, and if I could lay down on that side, if that would give enough room to be able to actually somewhat lay on my stomach. So I tried this last night and the night before, and I was able to sleep on my stomach for about 4 hours and didn't have any issues. The body woke me up just like it always has been so far, letting me know when I needed to go empty my bag, and the bag had plenty of room to expand and not have issues. There was no pressure on it. So I've kind of found a way to semi-sleep on my stomach. I can't sleep on it for real long, but if I feel like I've got a bunch of gas or something like that, or the stomach's kind of hurting, I found a way I can actually lay on my stomach for a little bit, and that usually helps to, you know, push whatever is causing the stomach to hurt a little bit through, being able to put a little bit of pressure there. So that's something new. Other than that, as you can see, I shaved, for those of you that kept telling me I needed to shave. So I ended up shaving, even though, as you can see how fast it's already growing back. But I did shave. So what's new with everybody else? Leave your answers in the comment section. If you've got questions for me, feel free to leave those in the comments as well, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, you can go to my website and click on the Contact Me, and that has a form there you can fill out and email me as well. So, hope everyone's doing well. Hope the riots aren't too bad where you're at, since a lot of the states now are having riots everywhere. But I'm going to go into something that some may not like, so you're more than welcome to stop watching at this point, but I'm going to talk about the George Floyd issue a little bit. What the cops did, I agree 100% that cop should have never done that, being that I've in the law enforcement field and been that way for years, even though I'm not working at the moment. But not all cops are that way. So,
They all protect each other.
you know, but a lot of them like to protect each other over it. But also, you know, the biggest thing that I want to say is, you know, you can't put that on every single cop saying that that's what they're going to do, or security officer as that matter, because that's what I did for a living for many years. But there are good cops out there, and you know, the other cops that were around at the time when that happened, I've seen the videos, I've scrutinized the video big time. So, but you know, if I would have been a security officer, even though they were police officers, and I'd have been a security officer working in that area at the time, I'm sorry, I probably would have gone to jail because I would have removed that cop from his neck because the others weren't going to do it, and the guy was being very cooperative. He was being very cooperative, and so there was no call for what the cop did. And when he told the cop several times, "Please, sir, I can't breathe," you know, I've been through law enforcement training because that's what we go through a lot when it comes to armed security. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's not the way we're trained. And it sucks to see, other fellow law enforcement officers that just have that mentality of, well, I'm going to do whatever I want. And I'll tell you, the way we're trained is if we need to stop someone from moving, if we're on the ground with them, is the knee is to go in the back. Never in the face, in the neck. You put it into their back. And you only put it into their back until the point that you can get them in cuffs. Once they're in cuffs and they're not fighting anymore, there's no need for overdoing. So I think that what he did is 100% wrong. And the other officers that just stood there by and knowing that, hey, this guy is not able to breathe, he's saying it politely and getting nowhere, I'm sorry. They all got whatever's coming to them. They're all, being charged, as most everybody knows now. They all need to be charged because they should have stepped in and said, hey, you're hurting the guy. And I know there's a word for it that I'm looking for, but I can't think of what it's. Excessive force. There we go. They needed to step in and say, hey, you're using excessive force. Because once you start using excessive force, you're in trouble. That's why you go through training, and most of the cops I know are very good. But what can I say? You got the ones out there that want to do their own thing and do it however they please. And it does suck. I'll agree. But what can you do about it? If you know about it, you can, report it. If you see an officer that you feel is doing excessive force, ask for their badge number and their name.
Do what that young girl did in the videotape.
And report it to the local police station. Go and report it, file a report. The other thing you can do is video it. Everybody has cell phones nowadays, and most people have smartphones. They can video. They have very good HD cameras. Video it, and then you have that as evidence whenever you report it. And that way they can file an investigation on that officer or officers. Alright guys, I've said my little rant over the George Floyd incident. I wasn't going to do it, and then I decided, I was going to say something. Because I keep getting asked, hey, what's your opinion? What do you think? And being that you've been in law enforcement. So that's my opinion. If you got more questions about that, feel free to again, comment or go to my website and email me, and I'll answer them, like I said, as quickly as I can, as long as they're legit questions. If I feel it's not a legit question, you may not get an answer back, I'll be honest with you. But hope everyone's doing well, staying cool with the warmer weather here in Richmond. So hopefully in the next couple of days I'll do another video, and we'll see where I'm at there. Tomorrow I've got a doctor's appointment, so go see that doctor, and then I have to go see my other doctor again on the 3rd. So I'm also going to be talking with my doctors, and I may see about if they're up to it and doing maybe an interview with them. So that might be coming. You never know. We'll see what happens. But they're both very good doctors, but I have, like I said before in the video, I haven't asked permission to release their names, so that's not going to happen until I do that. And if I remember tomorrow, I'll ask the one I'm seeing tomorrow. So that way, if you're in the area and you need a doctor that does what they've done for me, then you'll know a couple of good doctors. Alright guys, have a great week, and hopefully we'll talk again soon, and I'll try to do a video again next couple of days, or maybe this weekend. It just depends on how things go, because like I said, I'm trying to, even if it's just walking around the house doing stuff around the house, watering the plants, whatever, I'm trying to walk a lot more. So I might even take the video camera out with me and film some shots of film some of me doing the activities outside. May even film a video walking down the street. May have my stepdad help me with that, and maybe we'll film a video while we're out on a walk if we can find a decent day that it's not too hot, because I can always show him how to work the camera. So stay safe guys. If you're still to be sheltering in place, I hope you're doing that. Continue to stay 6 feet apart for now, because this isn't over. Wear your mask if you're out. I know a lot of people I've seen aren't wearing masks, but in Richmond it's required now. If you go out in public, you have to have a mask. The police actually can issue you a ticket if they decide to do that. Alright guys, love you. We'll talk to you again in a few days. Take care.